It's as rough as a badger's arse.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another vlog. In this update we're going to look at Annie again. We're going to continue with Annie's diary and get the front hub off it, get the wheel bearings stripped out it, and do the ball joints and track rod end on both sides. A lot of you will be aware the world is more or less in lockdown with this coronavirus, so I've decided to take a week's holiday starting from next week, so I've still got another few days to work. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be taking a week off at least at the moment, just to try and curb this virus, you know. I don't have it, but unfortunately I'm classed as a key worker and I need to be at work. So that's not good, but if you don't have to go to work, don't go to work, you know. I know it's going to be hard financially, but a lot of us would prefer to have our health rather than our wealth. So that being said, I've decided to, a few weeks ago, I decided to order up a load of parts. If you follow me on the Facebook group, you'll see that I ordered a few bits and pieces so that if we do go into lockdown, which we have done now, I've got something to do. So I'll just give you a quick update on Angus as well while we're in the garage, and show you what's going to be happening with him in the coming months. So I'll just spin the camera around and we'll take a look at Angus. Well, here he is. He hasn't changed. I know a lot of you have been asking what's happening with this build, and yeah, it has more or less been put on hold. It's been on hold for over a year now. It's been quite a while since we've got any updates done. So just to update you, I will be making a start on the bins. That passenger, that driver's side bin, if it's a right hand drive, is the old bin. That'll be getting reused. The bin that you can see there, that is the passenger side bin, and as you can see, it's rotten. So last year I ordered another bin from M Machine, and that's their bin. So the plan is to get the bins in, and then I can obviously make a start on getting this boot floor done as well. So I've still got to drill a hole and put the nut back in there for the seat belt. I do have it somewhere. It's kicking about. Put a bit of tape over this, but behind here you've got the closing panel for the heel board and the wheel arch there. I've had to steal that part for Annie because her closing panel was rotten, and the cheapest option was to steal Angus's. So I've got a couple of parts to reorder for Angus here, the closing panel and the other section. No, it's just the closing panel actually that I stole. Pretty sure it was. Anyway, I'll need to order what I've stole from Angus. There's a subframe that came off Annie, and blooming hell, man, that is rotten. That's the patch that some shady cowboy put on it, and that's the rot there, delaminating everywhere. That's the other side. So yeah, it was a good call to scrap it, obviously. Now that's Annie's spare wheel. I really need to get them painted up. I do have other wheels that I'll be putting on Annie over there. I got these from Dave Jaguar in Austria. They've all been refurbished, so I'll end up putting them on Annie while she's getting her wheels um, refurbished. That's a spare. It's got a fair bit of curb brush on it, but I'm pretty sure they'll clean up and paint nicely. And obviously there's our boot lid. It was easier to do bits and pieces, putting the tank and all that back in with the boot lid off. So yeah, I will be making a start on Angus again. The Mojo is returning for it. As you can see, he's also back on the rotisserie, but I still haven't taken him off the table. He's still sitting in the dining room table. So yeah, the rotisserie is all connected up, so it's just a matter of jacking it up at both sides, pulling the table out, and then I'll be able to twist it and turn it and whatever else I need to do with it. So anyway, here's the parts here, which we're going to fit to Annie. So I'll put you guys on a tripod and we'll have a look at what we've got. Right, this is the bunch of goodies that I've ordered a few weeks ago because I had a funny feeling we were going to get locked down. So I ordered these bits and bobs up. That's just the paperwork, or some of the paperwork to go with it. First off, I've got a fuel sender unit. The fuel gauge isn't working. I bought a float, but that wasn't the problem, which I thought was the problem. And it turned out that it's actual sender unit that's knackered. I really should have tested the resistance before ordering up a float, but yeah, you live and learn now. But got a new sender unit that'll go on a later date. Boot seal, the one that's on it is as hard as nails, so the boot's off it just now, the boot lid. So I'll fire that on and put the boot lid back on. In here I've got a new set of standard HT leads. I've got spark plugs, air filters, oil filters. They're in the house. The only thing I still need to get is oil. I need to buy a gallon or two of oil. Completely forgot all about that. And the oil that I've got in the garage here, I've got rakes yet as well. It's all for modern cars. It's all 530 synthetic, which is absolutely no good for a Mini. In here we've got the screws for the rear brake drums. Thought I'd order up them while I was getting bits and bobs from Mini Spares. Here again, the delivery is really quick, so kudos to them. Only took about 3 or 4 days for the parts to come from when I ordered them, which is excellent compared to other Mini suppliers. Right, what else have we got? We've got a pair of Timken bearings. Now, the reason I've went Timken is because a couple of the guys in the community have fitted cheaper bearings to their cars, and poor Adam Campion, he only got about 600-700 miles out his wheel bearings before they shot it. And Paul as well, Paul Jeffries, I think he got about 1500 miles out of his wheel bearings before they started rumbling, you know. And again, they were the cheaper wheel bearings. So I don't want to have to strip and rebuild the wheel bearings again. So I've opted for the Timkens. Annie's got Timkens on the rear anyway, so it would make sense to put the Timken bearings on the front. Yes, they are a little bit more expensive. They're like 3 times the price of your standard wheel bearings, but it's quality. You know, you get what you pay for at the end of the day, and that's why I went down that route. And I'm not knocking anybody that does put the cheaper wheel bearings in your car. They could be okay. I think it's just your luck, you know. We've all got budgets, and yeah, for me, I just decided to spend a little bit extra and get the more expensive ones. I mean, just them alone, that was like 90 quid just for they two. So yeah, I mean, they are expensive, but I can live on beans on toast for a week, knowing that I've got them now. Right, next, I bought a pair of track rod ends. So they're Delphi's. I've used Delphi components in the past. I still do for the modern cars, and I must say I've never had any problems with Delphi. They're quite a good brand. I know Mini and BMW Mini use Delphi for their shock absorbers and other suspension components, probably their ball joints as well. And that's what I've always fitted to the modern Minis as well. Never had an issue with Delphi, so that was why I went down that route, and they weren't that expensive either. Finally, I've got a new set of ball joints, so these will be going on the car as well, because it would be rude not to. So that's everything for Annie. So the next job now is to get out into the garden and take her out the tent, or leave her in the tent actually, but jack it up and attempt to get this hub off. And we can bring the hub in here and we can assess it and see where we're going to go with it. Right, here we are outside Annie's little cocoon. I must say, this cocoon or trike tent has been the best buy, one of the best buys that I've ever made over the last couple of years, because that has stood up to several hurricanes, and the car's always been bone dry inside it. Yeah, there'll be water lying on the ground when it's raining, but the car itself's always been spotless. So yeah, if you're limited for garage space, I'd certainly recommend getting one of these little tents. It could actually do with a clean, as you can see all the mould and what have you at the bottom. So I'll need to, or moss, or whatever the hell it is. So I'll need to obviously get that cleaned up at some point. Apply the pressure washer on it, that'll do the job. So let's get her out our cocoon. Right, there we go. She could do with a wash, but there she is. Pretty sure the battery's still connected. I haven't been at the car for over a week. Yeah, the battery is still connected. Let's see if she starts. This has always been a good car, and it's always started on the button, so let's see if she can do the same again without making a fool of me. There we go. Never fails. So yeah. Right. We know she starts, so we can start taking the front wheel off. Got her jacked up and get the wheel off it. Right, I do apologise if there's any wind noise. I never put these on tight to start with. Right, let's check it off. What I'll probably have to do as well is refit the wheel and put the car back in the ground, and obviously spin this hub nut off. Right, that's compressor filled up. Let's give it a try. Might not work. If need be, I'll just get my daughter to jump on the brakes, put the wheel back on it, and get it off that way. Right, that's on mega tight. So back to plan A. Sorry about that. Maybe try it without the daughter. There we go. That'll be that. Beautiful. Right, we'll get this wheel off and then get the car safely supported on an axle stand. Right. Right, that's all that. Before I go any further, I'm going to make sure that my cover still goes down. Because if it doesn't, I'll need to shove the car back a bit. Right, that'll do. Let's get this bad boy off.
Let's make a start. We'll get the caliper out of the way. Well, that first nut came off not too bad. I think I might change the discs as well, because they look a bit naff. Covered in grease. I greased these up the other week there, just to see if I could take any play out of it. I forgot to show you. I'll show you another side if I remember. There's my extension. It would have been easier if I turned this wheel there. I've got braided hoses as well for the front, so I'll need to dig them out. I bought them as a set when I done the rear subframe. That's the second bolt out. Clean them up. Can't find my short bungee, so I'm going to have to use this mega long one just to hold the caliper up. Oh jeez, oh man. The brake pads look really good as well. Plenty of meat on them, but if I'm changing the discs, may as well change the pads as well. Right, how am I going to do this, because this is too long. Well, too long. It's not going to support nothing. Put it up there just now. I'm not bothered about the flexi cable, because I'm going to be changing them. That's that hanging there nicely, and there's no pressure on the brake hose. Bring it around, I'll let you see. So there we go. That bungee is just taking the weight so that we don't put strain on that flexi. So now we can get this off. I gave these a clean up a couple of weeks ago because I knew I was going to be taking it off. Just really see if I can get Newcastle nuts as well. Might even have some upstairs. Right. Yeah, there's the brake disc there. It's a bit rusted. I mean, they're serviceable, like, but I think I'll just change these. And here's the hub. Right, next, I want to try and get these bolts off. Hopefully they'll come off without a fight. breaker bar time. No, that's just a little bit tight. Right, we're back with the hammer. Just make sure that's on fully. That way I can get a bit of purchase on it. Fit it round in the nut. I'm going the wrong way. Lucy left it. Now I'll chop that off inside. Because it's stuck inside there. I'll get that off in the garage. Right. That should be everything undone now. I should be able to just give that a few taps, and that hub should hopefully come off in one go. And leave the drive shaft in, because if that pops out, oil's going to cascade everywhere. I need to get my splitter into that. And into that. And into that. That's out with the split. That's solid. Thing is, I've no gas to heat it up and pop it, because that would have been my other method. Well, let's keep trying. Normally just a shock there is enough to release it, but this one's obviously well tight. Right, with all this hammering, this shock absorber started leaking. This one's obviously oil filled, and the rust, by hitting it, it's punctured a hole through the rust, because I can see it dripping. So I'm just going to whip this off, bin it. Oil stinks as well. Soak in for a minute or two. Never had any problems taking the hub off before. But it's a first time for everything, I suppose. Right, that should just come off now. Oh, it stinks. There you are. There's the hole there. Rotten. Ooh, stinking as well. Right, we'll bin that. And try and get this off. Flippin' heck. It's just not going to come off. Flip. A neck. Jeez, oh man. Right. That'll be the hub off. I'll just leave that seal on at the back there and take that off later. Right, let's get this into the garage and see what state the ball joints and the wheel bearing is in. Right, that was some blooming effort, getting that off. I'm sure I just hit the top of the ball joint to start with, but hey, it's off. Right, a couple of things we've established. I'm going to buy new brake discs and obviously pads. Need new shock absorbers. I've got everything for the hub. So yeah. More expense, but it's the best way. Keeps the car on the road, and then I'll know they're done. And all the bits and pieces. The shock absorbers, I was planning on renewing them anyway, but obviously I'm having to renew them a little sooner. So anyway, let's get you in closer and have a look at the bearings in this and see what bearings are in it. Right, put you in a little closer, and yeah, don't think these are pumpkins, certainly not. No, no. Right, I've got you in a little closer. First of all, let's have a look at the ball joints first. It's not too bad.
And the bottom one. The bottom one's grindy. Again, it's not that bad really, but it is rough. I don't know if you can hear that through the mic. It is a bit rough. And the top one, it is a little loose. But yeah, bin that. So yeah, we can start getting these stripped down. Now I've never done ball joints on a Mini before, so this is going to be a first for me. But I don't think they're too hard, really. Right, I'll get a screwdriver and we'll get this dust seal off and or grease seal and let the bearings out. The screwdriver should do it. Not too bad condition that. Right, there are taper bearings. Just clean them up. Maybe get a look and see what make they are. Seeing that. Hard to see. I'll clean that up a little better and see what they are. Power drive. Don't know if you can see that. Power drives. Not too bad. So obviously they're not Timkins. They're cheapos, but they will be going in the bin. There wasn't a lot of grease in that either. So yeah, that's one side, obviously the other side. That's going to be the exact same. So we'll just whip this cover out. As you can see there, I'm trying to get the dust shield out, or the grease shield. There we go, that's really brittle, that. But it's out. There's the spacer. The bearing's the same. Yeah, power drive. Yeah, that feels good. But it's getting binned anyway. Right, now to chap these fellas out. Just using a little punch. A great little punch set that I bought. And just draw these out.
inside here there's a little space, a little cutout on each side, and that's where I'm chapping to drive these out, and I'm trying to do it evenly so that the inner race comes out in one go. Right, this thingy came out, and that's not in the other kit. I do believe they've done away with that in later years. This is a 1990 car, so it must have still had it, you know, so I'll probably put that back in. And that's the inner race. Don't throw these away. Keep these, because these are handy for refitting. You know, obviously you don't refit these, but they act as little tools to help you fit the new ones. So yeah, don't throw them out, because they are handy. I'll spin that round. And there's the second one. So there we go. Now as for these, that is rough. I don't know if I've got a socket big enough for them. Need to have a look. First of all, I need to chap the tabs. Get the tabs down. Now let's have a look for a socket for that. If not, we'll do that in the next episode, or I'll do it off camera, one of the two. But you'll certainly see them getting built back up. So I'm going to have a quick look for a socket to see if I've got one that'll fit over that. Right guys, as suspected, I don't have a socket big enough for this top ball joint or bottom ball joint. So that's another part to add to the shopping list. Fortunately, I get paid in a couple of days, so that'll help. So I'm just going to wrap this up here. I've achieved what I've set out to do, which was get the hub off the car and get the bearings out. So all really that's left to do is to clean up the hub and order a socket for the ball joints, order a couple of shockeys, a couple of discs and a set of pads, and yeah, we can carry on. Hopefully the postal service is still going to be running. You know, they've said that they are, because they're a key service. But how long it takes to get parts out, I don't know. So anyway, I'll get the bits ordered up, and hopefully they won't be too long in coming. So guys, once again, if you have made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, stay safe guys, especially with all this corona virus on the go. Keep your distance, 2 meters and all that shite. And
yeah, see you in the next one. TTFN.